We do all the work, but the audience receives the benefit. But I think there's something fundamental about concert music, classical music, if you will, that maybe differentiates it from other kinds of experiences. It's easy to group all of these things together as entertainment. I have a hard time thinking of what we do typically as entertainment, because entertainment demands nothing from the audience, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know, you can disagree with me. You're allowed to this once.
Yeah, okay.
And that's great. I mean, that's fine. There are times when that's all I want.
Yeah.
There are plenty of evenings when my wife and I are tired after a long day of work, and, what do you want to watch? And, I'll watch anything as long as it demands nothing from my brain. But if I'm going to ask somebody to leave their house and travel, buy a ticket, which may not be too cheap, then if it were me, I would want more than just to be entertained. I would want something that's going to draw me in and make me a participant, even if it's a silent participant. I'm not talking about something interactive, obviously interactive. But in a concert hall, the audience is as intrinsic a part of the experience as the performers and as the composer, who might be dead 200 years. All of them are necessary because it's a invisible, inaudible, perhaps, interaction. We get something from the audience just as the audience gets something for us. So it's the kind of thing that all it asks of the audience, really, is that instead of experiencing it this way, we ask them to, maybe feel it.
Be at the edge of their seat.
Be at their edge of their seats. And of course, it's on us to compel that by the intensity of our focus and our preparation.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting the way that you put it, because for me as a performer, it's always sometimes hard to put in words how the energy that the audience puts into you, and you're on a stage where you are performing as a soloist or you are performing as part of a choir or part of an orchestra, it has a complete relation with how do you feel on the stage. If the audience is unwell, they are going to make you feel unwell. If the audience is uncomfortable, they are going to make you feel uncomfortable, right? And they have this sort of really great power to just turn the ambience of one concert on. And I think that that's also something that you do not get, probably like you said, even watching a movie on a movie theater, even though you're also gathering with other people, kind of there is no interaction because there is not a living person standing in front of you.
And there's nothing we can do to change it.
Exactly.
It's fixed.
Yes.
Whereas live music is always an adventure. The magic of live music, for me, and that makes it absolutely totally different from a perfect recorded performance. The perfect recorded performance will never change. But what happens on stage in a live concert, you never know what's going to happen next. And I'm not talking about somebody's going to make a mistake or something like that. That's kind of trivial.
Yeah.
It's this incredible interaction that it's never happened before quite this way, and it will never happen again. It only happens at this singular moment.
Yeah.
And so, again, for me, also when I'm in the audience,
Yes.
It's the most wonderful thing in the world to be a participant in that, to be a participant in something that can only happen once.
Certainly.
So it's a privilege.
Yeah, certainly. And I think that, like, if one goes back and, like, one revisits, for example, memories that one, like, has of concerts, it's usually about, like, those moments that are not going to be repeated ever again, because, like, those conditions were just happening just once. Like the smile that a performer gave of something, or the energy that had when they came on stage, or the way that they make the audience feel, they make you feel like as part of the audience when they are there. So if you notice, usually, like, when people talk about concerts and, like, maybe the good, also sometimes the bad memories that they have, it's about, like, all of these environmental variables that happen within the concert scenario that are very difficult to replicate, even if you, like, go on and see probably the same program performed, like, 3 or 4 nights in a row. Like, people are going to have different things to say of one of, like, of those four if shows, because it was different, the people was different, the energy that the performers they had was different. So it's like you mentioned, like, there's always a sense of uncertainty, but it's also a sense of adventure that comes with classical performances being done live.